In the last YouTube video, we were working on making the wand of animation from the Erebus, which was a little bit of a pain in the backside to make. It did require one of these soul crystals, which required us to go through to the Erebus to fight through a maze and get into a pyramid and then fight this big old beetle, which we then fought, killed, and got ourselves the soul crystal. And we now have this little setup over here where we've got a mob spawner from Draconic Evolution with the soul of that big beetle, the name of which I forget. I think it's the antlion, or like the great antlion. And so we put that into the mob spawner. Right now it is turned off, and we do also have a mob grinder from Draconic Evolution, which will automatically kill any mob that is in here. And so real quick, if I go and... oh, look at that, we upgraded our tool as well, nice. If I go and I turn this to the off position, which in this case is turning it to the on position, what should happen, we should hopefully see a big old insect spawn on top of that spawner and then be killed by the mob grinder and then drop the soul crystals into this chest. Now, we do have quite a few soul crystals already. We got 5 in our AE2 system, and I think we might have, one more in here as well. And if we come and look in this chest, this is set to automatically pick up the antlion egg every time the mob dies, because it does drop an egg, and then you have to clear the egg to respawn the mob. Now, it's been a little while since the last stream and the last time that I played on this server, and things are seemingly a little bit buggy. When I came back on, my random things Spectre energy network wasn't working, so certain things weren't online, like my AE2 system wasn't online. I had to break both the Spectre energy injector and the energy cell to get everything back online here. And then also over here, like our Draconic Evolution mob grinder didn't have any power. I had to break these and replace them to give those guys power. Like right now you can see it's got 0 RF in there, despite the fact that it very much so should have redstone flux in there. I'm fairly certain. So we might have to break and replace a few things before things actually start working here. And that includes potentially... Please become deceased. Thank you. I should be using my Manual Bone Terra Steel shurikens that we made in a previous episode here. I'm fairly certain that off means like it's not going to stop it from working. Now, I'm kind of dubious to break this. I'm fairly certain I can break that without losing it. I'm 99% certain that does work. This does have no power. I don't think this needs power. It definitely doesn't, unless that's changed. The pack has updated. We do now have a little bit of a new look to the quest book. We've got these little books here that let us know where quests are that we've yet to claim. And we do have a lot of quests that we have yet to claim. I did go through between streams and fix a couple of the quests. For example, down at the bottom here, where is it? It's one of these. This quest line, the side quest line, a lot of these quests I had done, but they hadn't been detected properly, and so between episodes I went through and manually claimed these so that we actually have them all, now detected. The same is true for the Project E quest line. That was another one that, because of like a registering earlier on in the pack, where if one quest doesn't get registered correctly, then you go and you make 50 items, and all the subsequent quests also don't get registered. So all of these quests here also have been rectified, and so now we do have to go through and claim quite a lot of quest rewards. Now, this is full of redstone flux, which is good. This here is slowly losing redstone flux, which is to be expected. It is dark, and we are currently using solar panels for our source of power. However, that should mean that this right here should have power, and it does now. This now has... Wait. This says 0 out of 50 or 500,000 redstone flux in the energy buffer, and yet at the top here, if you look at Whaler, it says 500,000 out of 500,000 redstone flux. Let me break and replace this, and maybe this will work once again. Mob grinder, that is not correct. I mean, it did work, which is good. I think I might just have to break and replace a couple of things to get them working here. Like this is now working as intended. I think I might have to break and replace this. Content saved. Okay. Whew. I was a little worried that all of my hard work would have been for nothing. It wouldn't have been a huge issue if it was, because we do have all of the soul crystals that we're going to need, I believe. So it wouldn't kill us if we couldn't get any more. Wait. It said content saved, and yet the content is not saved. If you break it, you lose the soul inside. Okay, someone did tell me that. That is fine. As I mentioned, we do have 5 soul crystals. Oh, sorry, maybe 6 soul crystals. So this is okay. The soul crystals, I believe at this point in time, are only needed for the chaos plank, I think. If we press U on the soul crystal, there are 2 recipes. Yes, there's a recipe for using it for the wand of animation. We've got the wand of animation. Even if we made 4 more wands of animation, we would still have that 1 spare soul crystal required for the chaos plank. And once we get 1 chaos plank, we can easily replicate the chaos plank using the wand of animation. So it kind of sucks that we lost that, but at the same time, we don't need it. Going forward, we have enough of those soul crystals to get us where we need to go. So we got ourselves the wand of animation, and the reason that we spent so much time and effort trying to get the wand of animation is because once you have the wand of animation, you can take any block in the game, for example, diamond blocks here, and if you right-click with the wand of animation, you can turn it into this horrifying creature here with 6 legs, which essentially is an entity version of that block. So right now, this is a diamond block, but in mob form, right? And if I was to go ahead and kill this guy with my manual interrosteel shuriken, when you kill that mob, it drops the block that it's made of. And so what we can do with this is over here in our ultimate crafting table, we can make 9 ultimate ingots, or 9 the ultimate ingots here, which are fairly easy to make. Most of this stuff does have an EMC value. The only thing that doesn't is the kaolin, which I believe you get from this dimension here, the Landcraft dimension, which I mistakenly, I think, referred to as the Lordcraft dimension for the longest time. But if you get enough kaolin, we can make the ultimate ingot. And then with the ultimate ingot, you can, of course, make a block of ultimate ingot. And with the block of ultimate ingot, if we get a mob imprisonment tool from Industrial Foregoing, this guy right here, 4 plastic and 1 gas tier, we can then create a mob version of the block of the ultimate, because this guy, we need a lot of the ultimate ingots to going forward. You know, if we're going to make, for example, the infinity ingots, and in order to get these ultimate ingots, we don't want to have to go and mine just an absurd amount of kaolin. Like, the rest of this stuff is fine, it has an EMC value, but the kaolin, it doesn't, and so the only way to get it is to mine the ore and to smelt the ore. And of course, if we want to make, you know, hundreds, if not thousands of infinity ingots, then we don't want to have to go and mine, you know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of kaolin. And so the way we get around that is we make a block of the ultimate, we throw it down, we turn it into a creature, we put that creature inside of a mob imprisonment tool, and then now, if we get ourselves a mob spawner, also from Industrial Foregoing, we can, a mob replicator or duplicator. This guy here, the mob duplicator. If we get a mob duplicator, we can then duplicate the entity version of the ultimate block and therefore get unlimited blocks of the ultimate, and all it costs us is redstone flux to power the mob duplicator, and also essence, which is also required to power the mob duplicator. Now, essence is an interesting one. It's this thing right here from Industrial Foregoing. And I believe the easiest way for us to get essence is probably through a mob crusher. So what I'm thinking of doing is essentially putting a mob crusher down right here next to my pre-existing mob spawner. If I just stick it kind of on the outside edge here, that will then periodically kill some of the mobs that are in here and then output mob essence as a result. And oh my goodness, that is so loud. The other way that we could have done it, and one way that I was considering doing it between streams here, is using the resource furnace, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me check here real quick, resource furnace, this guy right here, or the resourceful furnace, this guy is pretty interesting in that it allows you to generate mob essence by smelting items, and you get mob essence relative to how much XP you would normally get from smelting that item. And I'll show you how this works real quick, because it's pretty interesting. So we do need to smelt up some dry rubber. Thankfully, we do still have our rapid, fast Zenith furnace here. Is that not how that's done? That is indeed how it's done. Has this been changed? Processing, speed, ore. It does have a redstone flux bar now. Do I need both? No, there's no way I need both of these. Hold on, let me pick this thing up real quick and put it back down. It could just be an issue of breakage. I know there was a modifier that lets you use it with redstone flux, but yeah, I didn't think that we actually needed redstone flux for this to work. So once we have some plastic, we can come over and we can make ourselves our first resourceful furnace. And if we throw this down somewhere for now, I guess I'm going to throw it down like over here because I think it might need some power. Essentially, the way it works is if, for example, we set this to output redstone flux, and we were to put in, let's see, what can I put in? If I put in cobblestone, if you smelt cobblestone, you get 0.1 XP every time you smelt it, right? So if I put this into here, that's going to smelt the cobblestone into stone, and it gave me 5 millibuckets of the essence fluid, right? Now, this is pretty useful because, for example, like we could set up a little system where we just have a resourceful furnace going into a pulverizer, and we smelt the stone and then pulverize it and then smelt it and then pulverize it on a loop forever and ever. And at the cost of redstone flux, we can generate essence, which is not bad. The only trouble with it is that 0.1 experience or 5 millibuckets per time is pretty slow, right? Now, there are other ways you can do this, but the weirdest thing about it, for example, if we look at like gold ore, or gold dust. Gold ore doesn't give us anything there, which is interesting. Gold dust might, it doesn't. So certain things do give you stuff and certain things don't. If I press U on smelting, we can actually look at all of the smeltable items. The weird thing is that between different, like on different days, the amount of XP that you get for smelting different items seems to change. Because when I first tested this, the XP that you got from certain items was different. I found some items that had like crazy high amounts of XP, and then when I came back on a few days later, the XP numbers had changed. So I don't know if these are set up to randomly change, or if there was just like an update that I missed between episodes. There is like this Dreadium dust, which gives you 3 XP. However, I don't think any of these have really got a high enough amount of XP to make this worth it. Because we do need quite a bit of essence if we're going to get a decent number of blocks. And so I'm thinking we might come back to this, but real quick, I'm going to set up a mob crusher, and we're going to see how well the mob crusher does at producing mob essence. If it's not good enough, we could maybe look at getting a better mob spawner, but even then I might come back and try and use the resourceful furnace. We'll see. We'll see. Couldn't you convert essence of knowledge from TE into essence? Essence of knowledge from thermal foundation. Can you convert that into mob essence? Ooh, you can. How do I go about doing that, though? Do I need the fluid dictionary converter, I guess? That is very interesting, because I guess at that point, we could either use our solidified experience cubes, of which we have 2. No, that can't be right. That's got to be another issue with the needing to be broken and replaced. I did notice that at the start of today's episode, the storage drawer that's holding all of my stuff above us here was also acting up. I think if I break this drawer controller and then replace this drawer controller, we should now have many solidified, 24,000 solidified experience cubes. So what we're going to do, solidified experience cubes, as it turns out, can be magma crucibled into essence of knowledge, and then the essence of knowledge can be transmuted or transformed or transferred into regular essence from industrial foregoing using the fluid dictionary converter. And so, if we go ahead and grab ourselves a second magma crucible, we do already have one, but I'd like to keep my wall of machines intact where possible. What are we missing? We need another machine frame, easy enough, and then we also need to get ourselves a iron gear and 2 buckets, also very easy for us to do, iron gear, and we might also be missing glass, of all things. No, we're good. Nice. Okay, so with this, chat, what we should be able to do is, real quick, let us grab ourselves one of the spectre coils, or a few of the spectre coils, maybe, from the system. And then over here, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to crack this open. We don't need this here anymore, so we'll get rid of this. We can maybe reuse this mob spawner in the future for some other kind of mob that we want to replicate, but for the time being, we can go ahead and dump all of this stuff back into the system. And then if we quickly grab ourselves some cobblestone, we should be able to put our mob duplicator right about here. And then we're going to use this to spawn the blocks of the ultimate blocks. So I feel like we might as well do this all in-house. Like if we have our magma crucible right about here, and then we have the fluid dictionary converter right above it, surely we can put our solidified experience cubes into here. We can kind of have this automated in the future with the export process maybe. That's going to turn those into essence. And then if we go ahead and we set the top here to output and the bottom to input, I guess, that's going to put the essence in here. I would then like to turn the essence into a different fluid. Do I need to select the input essence? Essence of knowledge. There we go. So essence of knowledge into fluid essence. And then unfortunately, it looks like from there, you can't actually just auto output. And so it might not be a terrible idea. We could embed this in the floor, but at the same time, I think I might just go ahead and get a fluid conduit and have that pump up and around. Like this. Now, it could be the case. I was thinking this fluid conduit might not work, but it did. And then we just put one of these on top. And boom, we've got essence. And so now, I'm fairly certain if I put my mob imprisonment tool on there, we're going to get blocks of stone. Excuse me? Oh, I need, wait a minute. I need exact copies, please. There we go. So that is a block of the ultimate. And we can empty this out now as well. This doesn't need to be full here. We can dump all this stuff into our system. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, that is infinite blocks of the ultimate. Ready to go. Look at that. We've got 4 blocks of the ultimate already. And this is going to continue to work so long as we pump these solidified experience cubes into here. It's actually using significantly less essence than I thought it would. But there we go. Nice. So really, at this point in time, all we have to do to essentially automate this, and I think, I think you can have a light source in here, right? And I'm going to do that just to stop other mobs spawning and to stop like that chest there filling up with nonsense mob drops like it did between episodes. Oh, I love it. It works so well. But the last thing that we should do here is just set up an export bus for the magma crucible so that this can essentially go forever, right? All of the mob chunks can be automatically sent over to the magma crucible here. Do we have an export bus lying around? We do. Fantastic. If we just put that on there and we set that to export solidified experience chunks and we hook that up to the system with a regular old ME cable, we should be good to go. We could use like a wireless ME connector at this point, but they do require quite a lot of redstone flux that we don't necessarily have available to us just yet. Expand the collection range on the vacuum hopper. Oh, you think it's like too high? No, it should be collecting it. I think it's just that it's not outputting it right now. Yeah, it's not outputting to the bottom. So down is where I want items to go. Like that. And then now it should collect those. Or not. Like, that should definitely work, right? Break and replace? That's a good point, actually. It is almost certainly a break and replace situation. There we go. Down as well on the items to go. And boom, we have got an automatic block of the ultimate generating machine. We're up to 14 blocks of the ultimate. Well over 100 ultimate ingots. I love it. I love it. And we can do this with any block in the game. As people mentioned in the Twitch chat, if we want to get a large amount of EMC, we could pick something with a high EMC value. The highest thing that comes to mind right out of the gate is like Terra Steel, 642,000 EMC. I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure Diamond is definitely not that high. Right? Yeah, 73,000. Some of the really high-end ingots, like the blocks of the ultimate, don't have an EMC. And so, I don't think there's anything super crazy we can make. 8 times compressed obsidian? Do we have compressed obsidian? I guess like compressed sugarcane, right, is the way to go. If you just get like octuple compressed sugarcane, it's got 1.38 G of EMC. Nether star. It's got to be octuple compressed sugarcane, right? That's got to be the highest EMC value block in the game. Nether star blocks are also maybe a little bit more obtainable, 1.25 million. But yeah, if you can get the octuple compressed sugarcane, that is insanity. But also, it just goes to show how powerful the wand of the animation is. Like, that's incredible. So, let me see here. Where is my cable? My cable is over here. It's a little janky. Not gonna lie, and I still do need to go through and maybe rethink the way that my A2 cabling works. But for the time being, just to keep this thing going, even though I don't necessarily think we really need to make more ultimate ingot blocks just yet. For now, though, we'll just go ahead and do that. And boom, we have a fully automated way of generating unlimited ultimate ingot blocks. Nice. I will go ahead and turn this off for now. I'm going to set that to active with redstone on, just because, again, I don't think that we need to have it on all the time. I think we've already probably got enough for the time being. I'm also going to put a door here. No, I'm not. Can you not put doors on glowstone? Is that a thing? Maybe? Okay. In that case, I'm just going to leave this open. I don't think, again, it's necessary that we have to close it for the time being. So now that we have that many blocks of the ultimate, let's have a look at what we need for the infinity ingot, because that's kind of where we're trying to go with this, right? The next thing we want to get is 9 infinity ingots. If we can get 9 infinity ingots, we can then make a block of infinity ingot, and if we can make a block of infinity ingot, we can make infinite infinity ingots, right? Using the same process that we just used there. And then once we've got infinite infinity ingots, we can kind of start to seriously consider some of this late game stuff. Now, the trouble is that making 9 infinity ingots could be, and almost certainly is going to be quite difficult for us here. So the ultimate ingots, easy. We've got those. They're done. We can make as many of those as our hearts desire. The neutronium ingots are also going to be very easy here. The neutronium ingots require the neutronium compressor to get the first one, but then once we have them, we can go ahead and use EMC to get even more of them. So real quick here, I will go ahead and make a neutron collector, which does require multiple blocks of iron. It requires 2, 4, 6, 7 crystal matrix ingots, a ton of redstone, and then some quartz as well. None of that really seems too difficult. So blocks of iron, we needed blocks of quartz. We also needed blocks of redstone. And I have a sinking feeling that these crystal matrix ingots are actually quite difficult. Yeah, so this is where things get hard, because now we need fiery ingots. And the rest of this is not too bad. The diamond lattice, easy enough. It's just diamond and then EMC from there. The crystal tine ingots, also not bad. We can make them. And if push comes to shove, we could make a block of them and replicate them that way with the wand of animation. Nether stars, also very easy with EMC. The fiery ingot is the one that we don't have. For the fiery ingot, we have to get fiery tears and an iron ingot. And we need at least 4 of them if we want to make fiery seeds, which we almost certainly do want to do, because we need quite a few of these crystal matrix ingots in order to make infinity ingots. Because if we look at the recipe for the infinity catalyst, it also requires 16 crystal matrix ingots per infinity catalyst. And then you need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 infinity catalysts per infinity ingot. And then we need 9 infinity ingots to make a block of infinity ingot. So we need many fiery ingots. So it's definitely going to make sense to make the seed version. Now, to get this, I think we have to go through to the Twilight Forest. And if I'm not mistaken, we have to fight the Hydra in order to get the fiery blood. Now, I don't know how much you get per craft, how much fiery blood you get per fight even. Hopefully 4, maybe. If we can get 4 out of the gate, that'd be great. Obviously, the better weapon we have in terms of looting, the better we're going to be. Right now, we do have 3 modifiers available on our Manual and Bone Terra Steel Shuriken right here, so we could pump this thing up with a fair bit of looting. It's not super powerful, and I don't know how good our armor is. Our armor's, I think, fine, but maybe not great. Do we stand a chance, chat, of defeating the Hydra right about now? Is that something that we could potentially do? Again, I have a feeling this is going to need, like, breaking and replacing in order for it to work. There we go. I feel like somebody told me that there is an item from the Spectacle mod that allows me to charge my items in my inventory so that I don't have to keep doing this. The Spectre Charger. So if we make that, we can actually charge up. It's so easy as well. Perfect. Boom. Boom. And then we do need 2 of these stable ender pearls, which are also very easy to make. And boom. Nice. 20,480 redstone flux per tick. And then look at that. Our jetpack is not charging. Maybe I have to activate it. There we go. And kapow. Oh, that's so much faster. That is so much faster. This guy is doing 600 redstone flux per tick. That's at like 500,000 redstone flux. And then in my inventory, I've got the jetpack that's already at like 7 million. Okay, well, kind of makes our energetic infuser a little bit irrelevant at this point in time, but nice to have nonetheless. So That's perfect. We do need the jetpack because in the Twilight Forest, flight is disabled, so we're not going to be able to use our creative flight. We're going to be bound strictly by our ability to use our jetpack. And so I do think it might be worth it to kind of pump up the shuriken here with Lapis. I'm hoping we've got enough mobility to kind of fly around and not get hit by the Hydra. I have fought the Hydra before. I don't think it's a crazy hard fight. Sure, go for it. That doesn't distill me and fill me with confidence, Varisk. You just saying, yeah, go for it. It'll be fine. We are very much so draining all of the power from our system. Are these working? Again, these might need replacing as well, actually. He thinks he can fly? Can you not fly with the jetpack in the Twilight Forest? I thought it did work. Let me try this. The jetpack works, right? I'm like 51% sure. Please don't crash. That would be grand if you didn't crash. Oh. That's just me falling back to the portal. Yeah. Yeah, you can fly. You just need the jetpack on, right? If I take away my jetpack, yeah, you drop out of the sky. But if I have the jetpack on, you can fly just fine. So long as I have enough fuel here, I should be able to you know, fight this this Hydra. There are some blue slimes over here. This is true. Hello, my friends. But yes, this is fine. Okay, let's head back. Let's upgrade our shuriken here with multiple levels of Lapis. Multiple levels of looting, so that hopefully we can get the most possible number of fiery liquid. That sentence didn't make any sense. The highest amount possible of fiery liquid, and then we will... we still might have to fight multiple Hydras, but we'll see. How much Lapis am I going to need here? Probably a fair bit, right? I'm at looting 3. Okay, so we've fully looted it up, and we've still got 2 extra modifiers there. Now, I think my life in the Twilight Forest is going to be significantly easier if I make a Twilight Forest map. For the map, I do need the magic map focus to get a blank magic map. And so for that, I need a raven feather, torchberries, and glowstone. I guess let's go see if I can find those things. And also, let's see if I can charge up my items now without completely draining my system. I'm hoping the answer is yes, now that we've replaced these. Yeah, this seems fine. Each of these do produce like 8,000 RF per tick. And I think we do maybe have another one in the system. Yeah, we do. I'm going to put this one down as well. Even though I think we're already saturating this. Yeah, the reason we only have 4 is because 8, 16, 24, like the 4th one doesn't really do anything. But I think it does give us like an extra few hundred RF per tick. But nevertheless, we'll leave that there. I will dump some stuff in the system here. We don't need to be holding our ender alternators either. Get rid of you. How are we doing on jetpack fuel? We're doing good. We're going to have to come back anyway to actually craft the map up, but let's go through. So we need a raven feather. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? He is the luckiest man alive. Boom. I remember playing, was it Sevtech when I last did this? And it took me so freaking long to find a gosh darn raven. And now they are just everywhere, just waiting for me to jump in and grab them. So we do also need the berries, which if I'm not mistaken are found underground. So let's try and make our way down into a cave here. Might want to change that output to an input. Oh, is this it? Torchberry plant. Look at that. That's actually so easy. It took me so long last time to get this magic map focus. Are you talking about the resonant energy cell? Of course. Yes, I will go and change that to an input, so it's actually usable. All right, that was a lot less painful than I thought it was going to be, chat. Much less painful. All right, so real quick, let's change this to input so it can actually receive the power there. And then back over here, let's go ahead and craft up the magic map focus just as soon as I turn this off so that we can actually access our system again. There we go. So magic map focus is this one. And then we're going to craft that up with a regular Minecraft map, or not just with paper, and get a blank map. Nice. Also, real quick, options, controls, search for key, backslash. I would like to disable the minimap changing so that now There we go. I kept making the map real big unnecessarily. I didn't mean to. So now, if we go through into the Twilight Forest, we'll get an idea of where the bosses are. If we're really lucky here, the Hydra will be pretty close. And on top of that, somebody will have not already fought the Hydra. So let's have a look. Now, I'm not going to lie and pretend that I know what the Hydra looks like on the map. I'm fairly certain it's not this crown. It might be this, although I don't think it is either. I don't think it's like this little green thing. I think it looks like a snake head, if I'm not mistaken. But we can fly about. We can see if we can find this guy. A glider would really help you travel long distances easily. That is a very good point, actually. And given that this might take a while, I am going to take the time to go back and get a glider, because it's quite possible that we have to travel very far to find our first, undone Hydra. We are playing on a server, of course, and so it's quite possible that people have already fought the nearby Hydra. I'm pretty sure I'll need to fight all the bosses up to the Hydra. I don't think the Hydra is the last boss. I think the Hydra is just fightable on its own. I'm really hoping that's the case. I'm like 99% certain that you can just fight it on its own. Okay. Boom. Hang glider from open blocks. I think that's fine. We could make the one from Ender.io, but I don't think it's necessary. Let me give this thing a whirl real quick so I can get back into the swing of how that works. Yep, that is fine. All right. Do you think you can get into its biome without eating the mushroom food? Yes, I think so. I know there is a Twilight Forest boss that requires you to... Do I have to fight them all? No. That's not right, right? The Hydra's not the last on the list, is it? No. No. Kaz, don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. No. We'll find out soon. Exactly. So I'm gonna... Okay, I think these heads might actually be Hydras. So let's fly up. Let's glide. Maybe the pack's been nice, right? Maybe it's been tweaked. So that we don't have to do it. I did forget that we had chance cubes in this pack. I did see one on the floor just then. I should probably open them, right? As we pass them here. So this is definitely not the Hydra. This is the Naga. Okay. I'm going to keep going. If we do have to fight them, then we do have to fight them, right? We can go through and fight every single one. It's going to be more difficult than just fighting the Hydra. And so, you know, ideally I wouldn't do that. But, you know, if it needs to be done, it obviously needs to be done. It looks like a Hydra biome to the west. Is that relative to me, or... This the west? Yes. There is a west on the minimap, Isaac. Is the Hydra biome the red one? The deep red one. Ah, I see. Okay, this guy up here. All right, let's give it a go. Let's see if all my hopes and dreams are about to be shattered in one foul swoop here. Apologies for the bitrate. So this looks like yep, okay. Okay. Please take me out of the zone, the Twilight Zone. I mean, you might die instantly as you go in. So, I made it in. It just gave me like, I have saturation. Can I do this fight? Like I have infinite saturation thanks to my saturation totem. So it looks like the hunger might not affect me. And maybe we can just fight the Hydra? Have I found a way to cheat the system, chat? Hello, my Hydra friend? Will you just not spot? Oh, no. Okay. Get me out of here. Doesn't work. You cannot please relinquish the fire that you have placed upon me. I thought maybe, just maybe, I had cracked the code and defeated my one true enemy. Turns out that's not the case. Hello, my Naga friend. Are you killable with... Hello, my Naga friend. I didn't check my Britannia thing. This is not how this fight is done. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, chat. Chat. Not a problem. Boom. He is dead. Perfect. Okay. Now I need to go fight the Lich. The Lich is the one in the tower, right? Is that the one with the crown? Over this way? I don't think I can fight this guy. I think I need to break his shields with... So I think he's gonna... It's this guy. And all of them. They all hurt me. Okay. So I need to fire his ender pearls back at him. Come on, shoot me. I think that works. I think he's losing his shields. I think he has less shields now than he did mere moments ago. Maybe. He looked like he had quite a few. Now he's down to 3. We'll know in a second if he has 2. If it worked. He did. He's got 1. Perfect. This is it, my friend. The armor is holding up surprisingly well, honestly. I'm not going to lie. I thought my armor would do significantly worse than it's doing right now. Is he firing out ender pearls? He is. Perfect. Okay. My friend, it was nice knowing you. It took way too freaking long to make this happen. But you are now deceased. Perfect. Okay. Chat. We did it. We freaking did it. Took like 29,000 years. But we freaking did it. Fantastic. Okay. He's dead. Let's get out of here. Thank you for the achievement. So, we have... Oh, hello, Silverfish. That's not the way out, I guess. Okay, so this is the maze. We have made it. So the question becomes... Can we... defeat this maze? So, the maze map. Just vein mine the maze? Can I do that? I mean, it's very slow, but I'm guessing if I hold down vein miner, I really don't... Okay. I really don't want to vein mine this thing because, Oh, hello. Yeah, I really don't want to vein mine this thing because I feel like I'm going to lose my... Oh, hello. This is not the final boss, right? This is not what I'm fighting. This is just a random boss. Hello. A random, like, guy who is in here. Yeah. This is not... He is no one special. Bedrock underneath. I do forget the way this is supposed to work. Oh, it's oil or something. Like what? That room? Oh, the room in the middle that we just saw? This one here? Are we going down again? Oh yeah, of course. Hello. So we gotta make it down and down. Okay. That's fine. I can do this. We gotta make our way lower and lower. Just dodge any bad guys that come your way. There are things that we can get inside of these crates and whatnot, but I don't necessarily think we need them. Our shuriken is very good at keeping these guys at bay, which I'm very happy about. And because of the power of Britannia, it will never run out of juice. Now, I'm not gonna lie, chat. You can get a map, Isaac. How does one obtain a map for this maze? I know that a map... Oh, is a map obtainable inside these crates? AKA chests, as they call them in this game. Maze map focus. Oh, is that what I'm looking... Oh, God. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the party. Is the maze map focus something I can find in these chests, I am assuming? I would prefer it, guys, if you just kind of let me do my thing here. Now, I'm not going to blame you, Dobby, for the lower TPS. Hello. Oh, you are a big old slime, eh? It's the level above. You need night vision? Yes. I definitely do need night vision. Can we, like, purchase night vision with our RAK? We can. So we could just get night vision permanently. It's on the level above. I blame the server's hardware for the lower TPS. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel like at a certain point, Minecraft just isn't meant to be, isn't made to be played this hard, right? This is not it, right? Wait, is this it? This is the boss, right? Hello, my friend. I'm sorry to have done this to you. My shurikens are too powerful, and you are very much so dead. And I got a lot of stroganoff here. Okay, so this was actually outside of the technical difficulties. This was significantly better than I thought it would be. Like, it was so quick. I am very happy with the way this turned out. And you begin the fight. And then you hopefully don't die to this freaking guy. That's head is gone. Head 2, also close to gone. The heads, they respawn, but I see the health bar going down, so I have faith that I'm doing the right thing. Perfect. This is... Oh, I'm running out of Britannia juice. He's dead. He's dead. Okay. My thing was very low. I'm not running out of Britannia juice. I'm just like, I was firing too fast. 4. 13. Let's go. Oh. Chat. We've done it. We only needed 4 fiery bloods. We have 13 fiery bloods now available to us. Finally, we can go home. We have what we came to get. Oh my freaking goodness. That took us way too long, but we now have the fiery blood. And so we should now be able to make the fiery seeds. And then from there, we should be able to make infinite fiery ingots. And it's the dream, chat. It's the dream come true. We do, of course, have to craft 4 fiery ingots first. That's fine. That's very doable. Fiery seed acquired. We're going to go and throw this down over in here somewhere. Not quite sure where right now, but I guess we're going to need some crop sticks as well. Also have to be careful, as per usual. Like, if I don't do this fast enough, then the adjacent seeds are going to infiltrate. But that's good to go. That should auto-harvest. It's not auto-harvesting, which does worry me a little bit. We do also need to find, I guess for now I'll just grab a new drawer from in here. And by that I mean I guess I'll make a new drawer because we don't have the required drawers just yet. And we'll put this down right about there, like that. I will lock this. And boom. Let me try, I guess maybe I just have to replace this. Okay. Yeah, so they just all need replacing. Which is very annoying, the fact that that's not working. But at the same time, it's also fine, because right now we only need this one. I would very much so like a void upgrade on there as well, just in case we get too many. But chat, finally, we now have unlimited fiery ingots ready to go. Spruce or dark oak? I don't think we have either. I'm pretty sure it's dark oak. But yeah, we don't have either. We can, we'll deal with that at a later time, chat. Don't you worry about it. We'll get ourselves a dark oak sapling and we'll make it work in the future. For now, I would like to try and get... I don't think we're going to get an infinity ingot, simply because of the fact that the infinity catalysts require the ultimate stew. The rest of this is actually not that bad. Like, the neutronium ingot shouldn't be difficult. The neutronium ingot is what we were trying to make. We wanted to make the neutron compressor, and we will do that in just a second. The record fragment shouldn't also be too bad. We can make this and then EMC it. That's easy. The Enders Pearl, also very easy. Everything here has an EMC value, so making multiple of those is fine. The ultimate singularity, also, I don't think that difficult. It's going to require a lot of resources to get this going. We're going to have to make multiple singularities, but I think we have enough of everything or at least enough EMC to make everything, to where making this is going to be easy. The hardest part about all of this, I'm fairly certain, is going to be making this creative stew, which is not super difficult, but it's just stuff like making, you know, a chicken dinner requiring mash and lettuce and onions and spicy greens and garlic and spinach and black garlic and all of that jazz. So getting that's going to be, I think, the most difficult part. Here we go. Do we have everything it takes? We do. We got 6 of those. We're missing just 1 more. We need some more lattices. That is fine. Lattice, it's my middle name. Boom. Perfect. And then from there, we get many, many blocks of iron and redstone and quartz. We take all of those and we throw them together to get ourselves a neutron collector. Flippin' heck, he's done it. And then we get a spectre coil, and we put that spectre coil onto the neutron collector, which for now it doesn't matter where we put it. Does it not need power? Oh, it doesn't. We only need 1 pile of neutrons. As soon as we get 1 pile of neutrons, we can just EMC it, and then we can EMC the nugget, and we can EMC the ingots, and then we can just EMC everything from there on out. So really, we only need this until it gets to 100%, which does take a little bit of time, but as soon as it's there, we're done. We don't need it after that point in time. We could set up a big bank of these anyway. Do these have an EMC? No. We could try and craft a bunch of these if we wanted to. That way we just save on EMC, but it really does seem unnecessary. There are a lot of easy ways for us to get a lot of EMC, so by my estimation, we might as well just EMC it, right? That seems like it's a lot easier than anything else. While it's doing that, start making compressed sugarcane. We don't have any sugarcane, and whilst it would be nice to get that octuple compressed sugarcane, 1.38 G is a lot of EMC. I think we will get there though. Like, you know, we can start with something smaller, like the nether star blocks maybe, and just get that, you know, running, and I might even do that here real quick. Like, this is already set up. So if we get another mob imprisonment tool real quick, like if I set it going, that way between streams we can come back in the next stream to just a big old chest full of EMC, right? So like you, and boom, and then wand of animation. We do need a mob imprisonment tool. We might as well grab that before we try and capture this thing. Boom, and boom. Perfect. This is all already set up. So if we just throw this guy in there. Wait, is that right? This is Erebus. They both say Erebus. Okay, so we'll go with this guy. There we go. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that was about. For whatever reason, that decided like it wasn't going to work right at the start. But you know what? After today's stream, that's kind of par for the course, I guess, at this point. The stream has been wild. It's been wacky. Things have gone wrong non-stop. But now we have an infinite supply of nether star blocks being made. And so next time when we come back to play some more Project Ozone 3, we will have, hopefully, just a ton of nether star blocks. The only thing that could slow us down is the number of solidified experience cubes that we have. But hopefully those keep coming in from our mob spawner, which, you know, is fine. So we can hopefully get a continued supply of those and hopefully have just an infinite number of nether star blocks. We can then use those nether star blocks to make a block that requires a higher amount of EMC, and then use that to get even more EMC, because we can replicate that block over and over and over. And so next time, guys, when I come back, I think we might actually be able to get our first infinity ingot, hoping that the server plays a lot nicer with us in the next stream. We should hopefully be able to get our first infinity ingot, because getting the neutronium ingots is fine. We've got that good to go. When we come back for the next stream, we'll have a bunch of the neutronium nuggets, which we can then EMC up into neutronium ingots. We've already got the ultimate ingots. Those are fine. And then the infinity catalyst is just neutronium ingots, crystal matrix ingots, record fragments, which we can get, endless pearls, which we can get, creative essence, which we've got, ultimate singularity, which we can get, and then the ultimate stew, which is going to be the hardest part to get, but one thing that I think we can do.